I mean, I came across the moon landing hoax fairly early on and figured that one out. And then in my own thinking, I'd really been wondering about the idea of geocentrism versus heliocentrism. There's not much about it on the internet, but I started my research there, which I encourage other people can start there as well. If flat Earth is too big a step for you to consider at this time, try this. The current heliocentric ball Earth worldview is that we're a ball that spins around the sun and that the sun is relatively stationary. It used to be completely stationary, but recently they have changed it again so that the sun actually also revolves around the galaxy, and the galaxy also revolves around the known universe. The universe itself is being exploded out of a Big Bang 14 billion years ago. But when they first created this idea, they called it heliocentric. I call the current cosmology acentric because there is no center and there's no limit to their infinite space. So it's really the acentric theory of the universe, not the heliocentric, but they still go with that term, the helio, meaning the sun-centered version, and that the Earth is spinning around the sun. But it's quite easy to prove that the Earth is completely motionless and that it's the sun, moon, and stars that revolve around us. Just as it appears to you, just as you would guess if nobody had told you differently, if you used your own eyes, your own experience, your own sensibilities and senses to look up in the sky, you'd see that the sun and the moon trace very similar paths over and around us, and the stars do as well. And it certainly doesn't seem that we, the Earth, is spinning around one of those bodies, the golden-looking body, and then the silver-looking body is actually spinning around us while we spin around the golden-looking body. The idea is pretty ludicrous if you think about it. It's quite obvious that you're not moving. I mean, you can stack a bunch of rocks up in a pile, tiny little rocks, or a ballerina or a yogi can stand on one foot or on tippy toes, yet we're supposedly spinning around thousands of miles per hour around the sun, and the whole galaxy's spinning hundreds of thousands of miles, or all these contradictory motions. They said there's 4 different motions that we're undergoing, that the Earth is spinning around its axis, and then that's spinning around the sun, and that the sun and the whole solar system is spinning around the galaxy, and that the entire galaxy is spinning around the universe. When you add them all together, there's hundreds of thousands of mile per hour motions going in alternate directions simultaneously. The idea that we could stand on one foot or not be blown off of this ball or not fall over when you're doing your yoga tree pose is just completely ludicrous. Of course the Earth is motionless, and of course the lights in the sky are revolving around us, but we've been taught something totally different. We've been taught that the sun is in the middle and that we spin around.